Siyata Dishmaya, we're going to learn a little bit from the Baal Shem Tov and the gates of the Baal Shem Tov. We're still in this chapter on connection to the Tzadik. This idea that the Baal Shem Tov introduced to the world on a deeper level, which was connecting to tzadikim, right? We need this connection to Rebbeim, to Admorim, to tzadikim, in order to help us get closer. And here we have a teaching from the Tiferet Shlomo on Parashat Nitzavim. It says, "Bizmanenu ha'ikar la'avodat Hashem yitbarach u'lidabek el tzadikim." The Tiferet Shlomo says, and the main thing in our generation is to have a relationship with the tzadikim, to have Dveikut to a tzadik. Everyone according to their level. And this idea came from the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh into the world. That anybody who separates themselves from the tzaddik, or in his heart he says, why should I travel? Why should I be going all the way traveling to go to the tzaddik of the generation, to hear Torah from him himself? We have so many different Musar books, we have so many different books that I could just read. Right? I can learn any topic I want, just go into a Jewish library and you have a whole entire selection on any parasha, any holiday. Why do I need to travel and go through so much headache to get to this person? You can read books, get Torah, get Yirat Shamayim. But the truth is, says the Tiferet Shlomo, that's nothing. Doing it by yourself. Ki reyat pnei tzaddik umevatel mimenu kol hamidot ra'ot. Just seeing the face of the tzaddik nullifies from inside of you all of your midot, all of your bad midot. And people know this, right? You get this all the time. People come up to Rav Itzhak like, "Oh, I can't look at him. He has blah blah blah."
Does it work with a picture?
Yes, but no. Here he's stressing the importance of having a physical person in your life that is alive, that you can go talk to, that you can see him, that you can hear Torah coming out of his mouth, that he's there, right? And obviously it works with a picture. Obviously it does. But here what he's stressing is that we all have to have a connection with a tzaddik in our life that we can go talk to, and it's not enough just to get in the books. In the previous lesson, right, we talked about Naseh v'nishma, how we lost the crown of Naseh. We can't do it ourselves anymore. We have to hear. Right, so learning the book yourself, or aka the picture, right, that would be naaseh, that would be me doing it. But I need to be tapping into a level of nishma where I'm actually going to a human being and hearing these words coming out of his mouth, looking at his face and nullifying all of the bad traits inside of me. Meaning, all of the depression, all of the laziness, all of my negative traits, my negative desires. And also, when you give tzedakah to a tzaddik, you merit to get better midot, better traits, and all of your lacks you will complete by way of dibuk chachamim, by way of clinging and attaching yourself to holy, wise people. The tzaddik also is able to ascend all of your tefillot up above. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu yearns and desires the prayers of tzadikim, right? It says HaKadosh Baruch Hu mitavel tfilatam shel tzadikim. And why? Because the tzadikim, they reveal godliness in the world. And by way of that, you come to all these levels of completion. Meaning, when you go to a physical person that's alive in our generation, and you connect to him, and you go visit him, he's one of the tzadikim of the generation, if not the tzadik of the generation. So then, what you're getting is, you're losing all of your bad traits by looking at him. You're getting purified. Your prayers are going up, your lusts are going away, you're getting Torah, you're getting wisdom, you're getting so many different things, you're getting the revelation of Shekhinah, like we're learning in our series of connecting to the tzadikim, right, from the Biyam Darkecha. So the tzadik has the Shekhinah on him, and the Shekhinah is a fire that consumes all of the bad and burns off all of the bad that is in a person. You can't do that at once though. You have to go to a physical person alive that has that on him in a high level to be able to get it slowly but surely and purify you over time, right? So that can't be done with the books. Learning books helps you to become a better person for sure, no questions asked. You learn information, you get a lot. Going and sitting in front of a tzaddik and not even hearing Torah from his mouth, just looking at his face has the ability to clean up traits on a much more intense level, right? Just the books doesn't always do it.
Is that true with kafirs as well, or not?
Also, but again, I'm stressing the idea, living tzaddik in our generation. All of those things also are powerful, for sure, 100%, no questions asked. Going to a tzaddik, you get an ibur, you can get impregnated inside of you and start to help you in your life. All those things are also true. in our lives, we have to have living rabbis that we have relationships with, looking at their living face, their soul, the light coming out of their eyes helps us. It helps us. Having ability to go and ask a person a question and getting an answer from them with a mouth that's moving to you, answering you on your question, that is an important thing that we need in our lives. It cannot be done always purely from a book. We can, of course, we have Igot Kodesh, we have the Goral of the Gra, we have a whole bunch of different things that, yes, we have traditions in our nation for thousands of years of opening books and getting answers. We have that. And we also have going to Kivrei Tzadikim, and we have embodied talking to Hashem purely. And then there is the level where you have a super holy person in your life that you can have a relationship with, and just looking at his face cleans you up. Hearing Torah from him, a whole nother level, right? That's what the Baal Shem Tov was talking about. The Baal Shem Tov, mainly in his life, was pushing people to go have relationships with rabbis, with living tzadikim that are alive walking in the world, right? As well as Kivrei Tzadikim and books of rabbis. And another teaching, we touched on this idea already, but it's coming now from the Tiferet Shlomo in a different context. It says, Yadua godel ma'alat tzadikim v'chol hanilvim eleim ha'mistofevim b'tzilam mitkavnim ragleihem. It's known the greatness of the tzadikim and all of those that are escorting them, that are dependent on them, that are around them, that are in their premises and in their proximity, and they run quickly to be able to see the Tzadik and to receive from the Tzadik. And when the Baal Shem Tov came to the world and revealed this thing, and he spread this light over all of the face of the world, because before that, the tzadikim were always dealing with Torah and avodah and doing chesed and helping people and providing for other people, but they were separated from the world. They weren't so accessible. Even if, right, like for example, the Abir Yaakov in Morocco, right, Rabbi Yaakov Abuhatzeira was in charge of all of the parnasah in the region, would do a lot of different things, but majority of the day, where is Rabbi Yaakov? In a room locked by himself, one-on-one with the Shekhinah, with Eliyahu Navi, with Arizal. It wasn't hanging out with the people like the Baal Shem Tov tried to establish in the world. And they would only be with the holiest of the holiest people, right? And they were always in this, like, so to say, separated caste system. But now, in these generations, now, the main thing is to be able to hold on to the big tree, the Ilan, right? And to be able to receive from the river that's coming out of it, all of the life force that's coming out of it. And this will help people in this world and in the world to come. It helps a person in this world and it helps a person in the world to come. You're getting a holier and better and more aligned, more connected, more Shekhinah around you. And in the future it says, "V'yechziku 10 anashim," right? 10 people will hold on to one tzaddik, 10 people will hold on. Everyone according to their level is trying to receive the light of Hashem, to receive the face of our holy forefathers, Abraham, Itzhak, Yaakov, and all of the tzadikim that came before us in the previous generations. And we won't, according to the Baal Shem Tov, we won't be able to really get all of that without having that relationship here, right? We all yearn that we want to be like the traits of Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron, Yosef, Shlomo, David. We want to be like them, right? We want to, not that we want to be them, everybody needs to be themselves, but we would love to be more loving, more disciplined, more balanced. We would love to have all these traits. Okay, there's people in our lives that are much closer than us. Without a relationship to them, right? And again, the books, great, but that person is no longer, you can't have a relationship. You could always have a relationship, right? But it's not the same. We all know the power of having a conversation, a real life conversation. Right? It's not the same as reading something in a book that was written for someone else, or with millions in mind. It's also powerful, but we're individuals, right? And connecting is a very deep thing that we need. One more teaching for the day. Zekeni Amalach Akadosh. The Abir Yaakov says, not the Abir Yaakov Abuhatzeira, different Abir Yaakov from the Baal Shem Tov's realm. This is a teaching from Yutet Kislev. The Abir Yaakov, this year Abir Yaakov, his grandfather was called the Malach HaKadosh, the holy angel. He was a very, very holy Chassid in Europe. It was called the Malach HaKadosh. It was called the holy angel. He said that there's two types of tzadikim. Yesh tzadik ilai, v'hu mishichmo v'mala gavoa. There's a tzadik ilai. Ilai means like lofty, supernal, right? There's the supernal tzadik, this tzadik that he's above everybody else, right? The generation has no ability to even be in contact with him. He's above the whole entire world. So what Moshe Rabbeinu said, Nachnu ma, what are we? Not Anachnu ma. Moshe Rabbeinu was so humble that he took off the aleph. Nachnu ma. There's such awe. He has such levels of awe in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in front of Hashem. He goes in such a level that there's nearly not another separation. And then there's a tzaddik that he also has a relationship with the generation. The Magid, he says, was a supernal tzaddik, a tzaddik that's on a high level, that's completely separated from the people. Even though he was that level, right? They called him Malach Kadosh, a holy angel. He was so separated, so high, so lofty, on such a level that they called him a holy angel in his own lifetime even though, comes the Abir Yaakov and says, he was still connected with the whole generation. He was still with the people. Why? Because of the path of Chassidut. Because of what the Baal Shem Tov revealed, that the Rebbe has to be with the people. Zat Hashem, right? We're in this chapter, we're learning, this is part of our Avodat Hashem. We also have the other series that we're doing called Connecting to Tzadikim from the Biyam Darkecha, which is also teaching us that we need this relationship in our Avodat Hashem, right? We have a clear pasuk in the Torah after the splitting of the sea. Ve'yaminu ba'Adonai uve Moshe avdo. They believed in Hashem and in Moshe, his servant. The only problem is that people don't understand that pasuk doesn't just mean Moshe Rabbeinu. It means the Moshe of every single generation, meaning the Tzadik of every generation, the tzadikim of every generation. Itpashtuta the Moshe b'chol dara. The expansion of Moshe in every generation. Itpashet, to spread out. The expansion.
Itpashet?
It's like the pashtuta. It's like the Aramaic Hebrew. Itpashtuta the Moshe b'chol dara. Right? There's this expansion of Moshe in every generation. How did the tzadikim of the Baal Shem Tov's realm and the Kabbalists explain that? That same soul of Moshe Rabbeinu, which is the leader of Israel, which is Raya Mehemena, which is the faithful shepherd, which is the soul of Mashiach, that same neshama spreads out in every generation between one tzaddik ador and 36 tzaddikim.
So is it one or is it 36?
There's 36 tzaddikim in the world, and there's always one that's on top of everybody else. Right? There's always a leader. There has to be a leader.
In every generation?
Every single generation, there's human beings walking on this world, not just in the ground, walking on this earth, that are in charge of the generation. It's been that way since the beginning of time with Adam, the first person that was created. And Hashem doesn't change. We have a pasuk in the Torah.
Who's the Moshe Rabbeinu of this generation?
That, the Khatam Sofer and the Chidushei Arim says, we have no obligation to know, we just have to know He exists and connect ourselves in our avodah to Him.
To who?
Whoever the Tzaddik Ador is.
How do we know who that is?
We have no obligation to know who it is. We have to seek out and find Him and search for Him, and we have no obligation to actually get to it. It's an avodah.
Well, you just said you need to help me. I'm
helping you out. We're going to stop there for now, and we're going to get back on this later.